These are the 4 categories of fats mainly, or 4 types of fats. And for people who thought Ayurveda is vegetarian, we have lard as well as bone marrow, which we've been using for a while. So ghee is the first. It's easier to digest because it's enhancing your agni, your digestive fire. It's stimulating your bile. It's stimulating your digestive system. But it's not heavier to digest. Like, it's a good fat, but it's not diminishing your agni, right? It's going to have your bile function well. It's going to have your liver function well. And it's still going to lubricate. Oil, any of the sesame oils, coconut oils. Then there's the lard, any kind of animal fat. And then there's the bone marrow. So these are the 4 categories of fats. And they'll really work well for vata. So this is the heaviest to digest. Ghee is the easiest to digest. So they go in a sequence like this. So when we are talking about similar properties to heal, if you don't have like your spinal column, your bone marrow, the nervous system, it's kind of, similar. Shukra dhatu, which is your regenerative system, the bone marrow is the one before that. So you can kind of, by association, are you getting it, or is it a little confusing? So bone marrow would help you kind of build your own myelin sheath up because they have good class of fats. So for anyone who has MS, you can ask them to maybe just roast marrow bones, scoop it up on a piece of toast and have it. Works really well.
So like roast bones?
Yeah. You get marrow bones, you can roast them in the oven and you can just scoop out the fat and eat it. There was a case study, like when I was in college, we had a whole Panchakarma center to ourselves, and there was this lady, a young 35-year-old lady who couldn't even walk, like her balance was off, there was a lot of degeneration in her brain. And we could see all the MRIs and the CT scans before and after treatment. She was given enemas with bone marrow.
Wow.
And in 15 days, she recovered slightly, like the slurring of speech, she had MS. So speech-wise, she recovered. In 2 months, she could walk without support.
Wow.
So this is how powerful it is. Have you guys heard of bone broths? And how many of you have tried? See, it's a way of looking at things, right? So if you're not past that hurdle with vegetarian, like it's a lot of ethical reasons people turn vegetarian for. And that's why it's a bigger issue for debate, and I really don't want to get into it, but being a vata, if you look at people who have gut issues, they are classical vata types, or if they are kapha types, if you think you have gut issues, you're deranging your vata, it's the seat of vata. So bone marrow is one of the treatments, for leaky gut. So you add all the scraps of any vegetables that you have, you add bones, you add apple cider vinegar because you're wanting to extract the minerals. What are the minerals? They're earth, right? What's the liquid that you're putting in? It's water. So there's the 2 elements. So they're going to nurture you. When you add a little bit of acidity, it helps you digest it better. So it's very light. It's not going to be creating issues with your digestion. A bone broth versus a steak, they're going to be 2 separate things for your digestion. Your body will easily pick up bone broths. When you add gelatin, when you add some chicken feet for the gelatin, that works really well too. Because anything that's gelatinous, it's more kapha. So you're kind of giving that nurturing principle to your own body. Kapha, vata, they're almost in direct opposition. So when you have a warming broth, it's going to heal, it's going to diminish your vata. Probiotics, it's the vata territory, right? There's the brain and the gut connection. Have you heard about like brain and gut connection? And that's why giving bastis or enemas, it works well for your brain as well.